Good evening, internet. Is Joe from the Good Machiavelli. Um, I posted a video a while ago, like a couple of years ago, to start this channel, but I just never got it to take off. But I think now might actually be the time. It's like when a baby tries to walk, but they fall. Then they walk and they fall and they walk and they fall, and then finally they're just able to walk, And I'm hoping that this video will be that for me. So, who am I? I am a caregiver. I work in human services. I am a woman with a disability and a chronic illness. And I love to do art. I love to talk, obviously, and doing a video. And I love anything to do with cats and betta fish and walruses. Yes, I'm a big fan of my walruses, in case you didn't know that about me, those of you who know me. So what kinds of things am I going to talk about, and what can you expect from this channel? Well, okay, so I like to talk about a little bit of everything, but I tend to really focus on mental health, spirituality, politics sometimes. Really anything that's going on in the world that I feel needs a different take, I'm going to try to provide that different take. I like to do attention-grabbing clickbait headlines and tell a dramatic story, but underneath it is facts and nuance and the most honest truth that I can provide for you. I like I said, I love storytelling. I love the shock and the awe and the horror and the phrases and words that grab you in, but underneath it is an actual story that I hope for you will be worth listening to. And in case you didn't already pick up on it, I do have a speech impediment. I am trying to really slow down and enunciate so my viewers can understand me. I hope to learn how to do transcripts as well, so those who cannot understand me or who have a hearing impairment can also follow along with my videos. And if you wanted to comment on my videos, I love comments. I'll try to respond to comments as much as I can. I want to talk to my people, but there's a few guidelines I want you to follow. I want you to be respectful. Okay? Within reason. Like, if I were posting some sort of satire or criticizing a really evil person, then respect obviously isn't as important. Like, I don't expect you to be respectful in your comments about a certain dictator in Germany, for example, but like if you're talking to me or to someone else, please be respectful. I want you to tell me what you really think. I don't want to censor people or have people caught up in fear. But I do ask that you offer something that is original. You don't necessarily have to be informed. It's okay if you're new to this and you're here to learn, but I ask that you come up with something that is original. Don't spit out talking points that you got from TikTok or Fox News or whatever. I take the time to give you a nuanced take, and I expect you to respect my time in return. And I just think it furthers the discussion more when people are saying things that haven't actually been said before, so that we can actually, get somewhere. And maybe you wondered why I am called the Good Machiavelli and why my tagline is ambition meets Google Translate. Well, I like to talk about psychology, and if you know anything about psychology, you have probably heard of the dark triad: uh, psychopathy, Machiavellianism, and narcissism. And if you know anything about any kind of diagnosis process or diagnostic criteria, things tend to be a spectrum. Like, you can be mildly autistic, you can be profoundly autistic, and it's the same thing with these dark triad traits. Like, if you were high in all three of the dark triad traits, like you are a highly narcissistic, highly sociopathic individual, that's obviously not a good thing. But we all have those traits. And it's okay to have a little bit of those traits. Like, one of the traits that you want in a paramedic or a firefighter is a higher sensitivity threshold and a little bit of a thrill-seeking tendency. Those things make it easier for you to go into danger and react calmly and make cool, calculated decisions and get things done. But in really high levels is associated with people who are sociopaths or psychopaths, and that's not obviously a good thing, because that dulls your empathy as well. And I think we in our culture are stuck in a binary thinking pattern where I'm a good person. I could never have these traits because those traits are associated with bad people, and I want to challenge you to think maybe I do have those traits a little bit, and maybe that's not a bad thing. What if Machiavelli, who is the inspiration for the term Machiavellianism, Machiavelli, who is a deceitful, cunning politician, a brutal individual, a liar, what if a little bit of that can also be good? And I want my channel to be embodiment of this idea that even the dark shadow parts of yourself can also be good. And as for the Google Translate part, when you grew up with a disability, a mental disability specifically, it could be autism, it could be IDD, it could be anything like that, you may feel as though you know who you are and you want to share it, but nobody understands it. And I don't mean that in the sense that they don't like it, or they make fun of you, or they just don't care about it. They literally just don't understand it. They can't relate to you even though they want to, because it just doesn't translate. It's like, I have something really important to say, and I'm going to say it with confidence, but I'm speaking English and my audience only knows Russian. That's what I'm talking about. And sometimes I feel like my attempts to share who I am with the world is like putting my true self through Google Translate so that the world can interact with me in a way that we can both understand. And I'm hoping that this video will be a more effective form of Google Translate for me to share what I have to share with you, and that you can also benefit from it. I think I have talked enough. I want my first video to come very shortly. I'm going to hold myself accountable. By the end of this week, I want to post something, anything, a cat video, anything. I need to keep this going. So if you see this, like, subscribe, comment. Hi. I hope to see you again really, really soon. You have a great night, and I will see you in the next video.